Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to That Soul Portia. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of my content. Be sure to thumbs up this review as well as share it, and definitely comment below and let me know your thoughts on anything that I say as well as the episode in general. But I'm back with another review, Friends and Family Hustle Season 3, Episode 6. And y'all, when I tell you some of the cast definitely pissed me off in this episode, definitely pissed me off, but I'm not going to talk too much in the beginning. I'll tell you a little bit later, so make sure you keep watching. Thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we start episode 6 off with a scene with Reginae, Toya, and Beatty. They're all meeting at Toya's house, and in this particular scene, they're recapping the murder trial, and we learned that Reginae, she actually did not go down to New Orleans for the trial because that wasn't something that she was trying to relive. She just couldn't handle that particular moment. And also in this scene, we learned that Toya, she shares with the girls how one of her good friends, Danielle, advised her that maybe she should consider proposing to Red. Y'all, ladies, if you have a friend like Danielle in your life, get rid of her. She means no good. She's dangerous, honey, with that type of thinking. Like, proposing to a man? Danielle, honey, she is tripping. And Toya, she really enjoys and liked how Danielle broke it down and explained why it would be a good move, and she's considering proposing to Red. It's like, Toya, stop the nonsense, girl. You know you are not doing that. That's not something that you really want to do. Reginae, she's pretty much like, my needs are really just for dropping it low, hot girl summer type of vibes, but proposing to a man, and I don't blame Baby Carter because that's a no-no for me. Ladies, comment below and let me know if you would propose to a man. Me, I don't see me doing that. If it came down to me having to propose to a man, I guess I would never get married, okay? And then we move over to another quick scene of T.I. He's recording his podcast expeditiously, and the guest on the episode was DC Young Fly. We know him from Instagram, Wildin' Out, and they're talking about the difference between an old head and an OG. And so they were just talking about how the OGs got to get back to reaching out to the youth and putting them up on game. And that was that scene. And we flash over to another scene with LaToya. She's in the studio working on her holiday EP, and we learned about this EP in the previous episode, and if you missed it, I will link my review down below. But she was meeting up with the E1 team, and she's getting ready to record her holiday EP, and she invites Carrie Hilson. We know Carrie Hilson, she's a singer, songwriter, and she invites Toya over to the studio session as well. And in this scene, LaToya, she just updates them on everything going on in her life, and she just lets them know, like, she doesn't feel like anything is getting better, even though they're in counseling, things aren't improving. And she has a breakdown. She actually cries in this scene. So we've just seen LaToya like get emotional, talking about her marriage and how there's tension and it being so rocky. It's like a roller coaster right now. We've seen her break down this entire season, so hopefully things get better, but keep watching because I'm explaining that things does not get better in this particular episode. And then we jump into another scene with T.I. and Tiny. They're at their home. And in this particular scene, Tiny, she shares with the viewers how her group member, Candy, we all know Candy has been a member of Escape. And she shares how Candy, after their Urban Music Award, Candy went online with a video saying how her mom's dying wish, which is Mama Joyce, was pretty much for Escape to do one more project with each other. So Candy was like, since that's my mom's last wish type of thing, you know, I gotta grant it. We gotta move forward with the project. And Tiny, you know, she was taken back by the video because we all know from previous seasons as well as when Escape had their own a little small reality TV show on Bravo, Candy, she was not really here for doing another project, and she kind of wanted to move on from doing a lot of Escape things. So Tiny, she's a little confused about Candy now wanting to do an album. So she's like telling T.I., I don't know what's up. We have to meet up with each other and discuss this. And T.I., he's just kind of picking fun at Escape. And he was like, well, it seemed like if Candy isn't on board, y'all can't make no moves. Candy running the show. And it does seem that way, because if Candy says no, then they kind of put a lot of things on pause. But they do take some shows without Candy. But for the most part, if Candy is not in, then it's like it's not gonna happen. And then we move over to a scene with Tommy and LaToya. They're back in counseling. They're meeting with the husband and wife duo, a therapist. And in this particular scene, y'all, when I tell you Tommy pissed me off so bad with his thick ass head, his rock head, like he pissed me off so bad. Like we see as each episode goes by in this season, like he's been uglier and uglier. Like it makes no sense. In this particular scene, LaToya and Tommy, they were just explaining and sharing what they felt like what the issue was in their relationship and their issue with each other. And when LaToya was talking, Tommy, he started to feel some type of way. He started to feel attacked and got on the defensive side. And, he's like, LaToya exaggerates everything. Like, it's not that deep. And she goes on and on. And when the male therapist, when he tells Tommy, to share his thoughts, Tommy, he puts LaToya into his storyline, and the therapist, he tells him, no, it's not about LaToya right now, it's about you, don't bring her into this. So Tommy, that pisses him off even more. And when the therapist is like, now go ahead and keep talking, Tommy, he's like, I don't want to talk anymore. So all of them are looking like, what's going on? Tommy, he shuts down. We see his poor communication skills. We see how he can get a chip on his shoulder. Very, 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 very annoying. He pissed me off so bad in this scene. It's like he takes nothing serious, and every time something goes on, he always has this little smirk on his face. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's getting under people's skin. He knows he's pissing LaToya off. So she has a lot of patience, because honestly, he deserves a little backhand, a little two-piece. Like, he really deserved to be told about himself. So Tommy, if you are watching this, you piss me off just like you pissed LaToya off. You gotta stop acting like that, because really, he had his panties in a bunch. I don't understand how she deal with him. Okay, he pissed me off so bad. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there could relate. Tommy got on my nerves during this therapy session. And from this therapy session, I just feel like the miscommunication, him shutting down, that's him in general. And I don't feel like he's gonna change. I don't feel like therapy is gonna be able to change this. I feel like those characteristics, his personality has been that way for a while, and they're not going to be able to undo this. And after counseling, when they're leaving, Tommy, he's real pissed off in the car, and we learn that he's about to go to the airport and head to Dallas and go see his daughter Madison from his previous relationship. And LaToya's like, why are you leaving right now? Clearly we need to work on some things. Our therapy session was just intense. Things aren't right. Why are you hopping on a flight right now? And she was like, I've never been a priority. Madison has always been your priority. I always try to fight for you and fight for my marriage, fight for my husband. Tommy, he's in the driver's seat talking about, you don't try to fight for shit. You just run your mouth. And I'm like, oh. When he was driving, Toya should have popped. She should have popped. Backhand him in the mouth. I really don't understand how she deals with him. She has a lot of patience, because he's an asshole. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's getting under her skin. I just couldn't tolerate him. And I think Tommy was married to Madison's mom for 8 years, or someone else maybe for 8 years. So I wonder why his previous marriage failed, because if it's miscommunication and anger issues, he's just repeating the cycle. The cycle repeats itself. And so when they arrive at the airport, they get out the car. Tommy grabs his bags. LaToya, she's at the back of the truck, and he just walks off. He doesn't kiss her. He doesn't hug her. He was like, I'll holler at you. And then she's like, oh no. She just standing there looking stuck on stupid. And she was like, I love you. And I don't even think he said I love you back. But yeah, Tommy definitely pissed me off that scene, this entire episode. Like, he's an asshole. His personality, how he handles things, it's just very annoying. And I'm trying to figure out, did he always have plans like right after therapy to go to Dallas, or was that something he just popped up on LaToya, like, surprise, I'm going to Dallas? And I don't want to put this out there, but is he running to Dallas for something else too? If you know what I'm talking about. And then we get into another scene with Tiny. She's meeting up with her other group member of Escape, Latasha, and they're talking about the video Candy posted. Both of them are confused because we all know Candy really wasn't down for doing new music. So Latasha is pretty much like, I'm down for you being the mediator. You've always been the mediator for Escape. We need to get down to the bottom of this and have a meeting. Let's talk about it. If we're really serious, let's get everyone on board and let's start planning things out for the new music. And then we jump over to a scene. We finally see Lil Wayne make his appearance on the season. Reginae, she's in the studio with her dad Wayne, and they're just talking, having one-on-one conversation. And Reginae, she actually previews some music. She actually says the song is titled Drowning. Her dad sent her the track, and the song is pretty much about a breakup, heartbreak, getting over it. So we know the song is more than likely probably about Lucci. But Wayne, he's just previewing the record for Reginae and giving her some tips, some pointers on how to make the record even better. And then we flash into another scene. Tiny, this time she meets up with Candy. And she's just letting Candy know, like, yeah, we saw the video, we were a little confused. What is going on? Do you really want to do the music or not? And Candy, she just pretty much explains, like, in that moment when she made the video, when she posted it, she was definitely serious. And Candy was like, you know, she made a post in the group chat with Escape saying, like, hey y'all, let's move forward with the music, let's get something planned. And she said Tamika, who's the fourth member of Escape, was the only one to respond. Latasha and Tiny did not respond. So Tiny's like, you text the group chat, I ain't getting no message. And she's looking at her phones like, you know, I'm a terrible texter. You can't text me if it was something serious, or if you didn't get a response, like, girl, you should have hit my phone, you should have called me. So Candy, she pretty much says, since she didn't hear back from them, and Candy paints the picture that it was like weeks that her group chat went, they did not reply in weeks, or maybe like a month or so. So she said since she didn't hear anything back from the group, she was like, okay, here we go again. Same thing, like, we bring something to the table, people are silent, people go ghost, no one wants to speak up. So this is why we can't get anything done in the past, and the cycle repeats itself in Candy's mind. So Candy said without them replying to her, she just went ahead and started doing other bookings and dealing. So Candy's like, I don't really have the time right now because I went forward with other business. So if everyone's serious, we just need to get on one accord and maybe plan for a future date to do new music. Candy's blowing me with this. Like, I understand what she's saying. Like, if y'all act like y'all serious but y'all don't respond, or whatever the case may be, but we know, like, for years now, since Escape has reunited, Candy has pretty much painted the picture that she doesn't want to do new music. She feel like the music won't be the same type of vibe from when they were really in their prime in the 90s. And I mean, it's understandable, but it's like, stop playing with their emotions, because, you know, they're not really, they released a few songs I think that Candy wasn't on, but for a full project they probably would not do one without Candy. And it's just like, Candy, be real with them girls, you're never gonna do it. Like, I don't understand, like, Candy, you've been in the spotlight, you've been a millionaire, you've been a working woman for so long. Like, seriously, you can't work on multiple projects as well as record an album. Like, you more than likely have a studio in your home. You have the Candy Factory, Candy Coated Factory, I believe. Like, Candy has a lot of excuses, and she just need to go ahead and shut it down and say, I'm never doing a project, another Escape project. I don't even think Candy really wants to do other Escape shows, maybe here and there, but we saw Escape went ahead and took a lot of concert dates without Candy. So it's like, Candy, stop playing with the girls. You don't want to do no more Escape type of business, and that's fine, honey, that's fine. You just want to collect maybe royalties, but I don't think Candy get royalties from Escape anymore. You just want to collect awards that may come your way, but to be heavily involved in Escape as if this were the 90s, you're not feeling it, it's perfectly fine, but tell the girls that. And then in some quick scenes, we see T.I., King, and Messiah. They go to like a high school or a youth center and talk to the teens about, you know, how to overcome their environment and just tap into their greatness. And then we flash over to another scene with Red and Toya. It's actually a date time for them. And in this particular scene, Toya, she asks Red, like, you know, we've been talking about marriage, and so what do you think about me proposing to you? And Red, he's like, I'll probably tell you no. And so in the confessional, Red was like, okay, she's talking about marriage now. I definitely got to get the show on the road because I don't want her proposing to me. So those was the quick scenes between T.I., them, they're going and talking to the youth, as well as Toya and Red's date night. And then we close the episode off with Tommy. He returns from Dallas. And he's back home with LaToya, and when he returns, he pretty much tells her, like, let's talk. And she's like, yes, let's talk. And in this scene, LaToya, she lets him know, like, you say a lot of unkind things. You do a lot of not so nice things and say a lot of unkind things, and you expect for someone to not say anything back to you. And then Tommy, you know, he's over there with his same little smirk. He's like, oh no, of course, I know you're gonna say something because you always running your damn mouth. Y'all, I would have been perfectly fine for LaToya to jump on his back at least once in this episode, maybe throw a drink in his face. I don't care. I would have been perfectly fine for her to go upside his thick rock head one good time in this episode. Just from what he's saying and how he's acted throughout this season, I feel like Tommy is the type, he wants to wear the pants. He wants the woman to be quiet, to not have a voice. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. So that was pretty much episode 6. You guys comment below and let me know your thoughts on Tommy as well as his marriage with LaToya. Do you guys see them lasting? I don't know. If he keeps it up, I feel like LaToya is definitely going to reach her breaking point and going to walk away from this marriage. Let me know your thoughts about if you think Escape would ever do another album with each other. Did you like Regine's song? Let me know if you think Toya should propose to Red, even though we know she's not. But also weigh in on your thoughts. Should a woman propose to a man? Just comment below and let me know your thoughts on the episode, anything that I said. If you missed previous reviews, I definitely will link that below in the description box. But make sure you thumbs up this video, comment, share, subscribe, and you guys stay safe and take care until next time.